the application name will identify this is what you have on the Google Play Store. And this one here is the way in which the package name is the way you group Java classes. So we have the language and then the minimum. So then finish. So I just wanted to test that the app is working. And that I wanted to make sure that my emulator is perfect and everything about it is okay. That's what I. Nice, nice. So my app is okay. This is the way, this is what we have now so far in the design of the app. So I want us to go ahead and now design our layout, the way the app layout will look like. So we are using constraint layout, and that's what we will use. So back to my code now. Back to the design of the code. So I want us to go to the rest and the layout itself, the main one. So, and I want you to go to the code so that we can change the design, a bit of few things about the design. So the first thing is that you see the way the items are placed. If you come to orientation here, orientation, we are using constraint layout. That's also something that I mentioned last time is important. If you come to orientation under common attributes, must be, and you select it. Yeah, maybe I can just change them from the code. Yeah, let us go to the code first. I want us to give an ID to the constraint layout itself. So come here under Android, just before tools there, I want us to add an ID. So Android full colon ID, And the name for this control, I wanted to call it activity main. We call it activity, yes.
On my code, I'm having red. I'm trying to click Alt Enter. It's not.
On your code, you mean even when you have just started, because you have not written any code?
Yeah, the one that has just started.
Let us see your screen.
Can you see my screen?
So let us go to your design. Can you click on the design? Click on the design. Yeah, but it is okay. Go to the code again. It's okay because this, can you place your cursor under the red one, Android wheel?
Or the fan?
It's okay.
Thank you.
So we have added an ID.
I have an issue also.
You have an issue with?
I'm also seeing a red.
Yeah, let us see, let us see.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. Press the cursor there. Press the cursor next to Android layout because I don't see any click there. Because I don't see any mistake that you have changed as long as you have not edited anything. Can you just after tools, can you press enter?
It's not working, so.
Oh yeah, it's updating. Gradle build has not finished. Hey, look at the bottom there.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to wait until the build is done, is complete.
Okay, so.
Okay, so you could be writing this command just somewhere and then you will paste it for Dolcas. So what I was saying is that you have the ID. Then the other properties are match parent. Match parent, we wanted to fill the whole thing. And then I also want you to add orientation. Android, full colon orientation, make it vertical. Then let us add some padding at the bottom. So Android, full colon, padding, bottom. Let us have it as a value of about 16 dp. Then we have padding to the left. Android, full colon, padding. Android. Full colon, padding to the left. Padding to the left, make it 16 dp. Android, full colon, padding to the right. Padding to the right, make it 16 dp. Then padding top, Android, full colon, padding top. Make it also 16 dp. Okay, nice. So let us now look at this text view and change a bit of it. So I want the text here not to be hello world, but I want it to be the number of people. So let us follow our practice of having it in the string. So you go to the string and you write string name, number of people. Number of people. And here we wanted to have the message number of people. Question mark. Then in the activity now, use that. Instead of using this the way it is, change that to be text number of people. That way.
Sir, could you go back to strings 1 minute?
To the string 1 minute. Yes, yes. You okay? You okay? Lucera, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir. Me, I'm okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. So I imagine that Lucera, you can hear us.
Sir, the main
Yes.
activity.
Go ahead.
Where we're changing number of people in the main activity.
Well, we're changing in the main activity here now. This one.
So we delete hello world or we edit.
Yeah.
So can you go up a bit?
Back to
No, there in this code. It's okay.
Okay, okay. Everybody is okay now?
Yes.
Yes, everyone.
Yes.
So the next part now is for us to add the. So let us add the. So we have added the text that should appear in it. Then I also want us to add the text size, the size of the text that we'll have. So Android full colon text size. And let us have it as 24 BS, 24 SP. (24 SP). Then for the text view, I also want us to have another property, which is the label Android. Android full colon. We have the one for Ribofo. And Ribofo, we give it an ID as being number underscore attend underscore edit text. So I would want you to remove this parent. I don't know how the impact will be, because on the current ID, yeah, it looks like it has to tell you that you must have them. Okay. Yeah, so don't remove them. Don't remove them, because it looks like it will still tell you need that. You need a parent layout. It's okay. We will edit it. We'll make sure that we have a way of taking care of that, because I don't want it to be here. I want it to be at the top. So I'll see how we can press it. We'll see how we can press it. Next, I want you to add now an edit text. Wrap content, wrap content. Then on the ID, sorry, I want it to be at ID num underscore attend text, like that. Then I want it to be Android full colon. The input type, we specify that is supposed to be a number. User is supposed to enter a number. Then Android, the size, EM, we specify 5. Then also Android, full colon, important for autofill, this one here, we put no autofill. Then we add Android, full colon, hint. Now, I want the hint to be in the string. So go to the string and you add another one. You say here, we want a number underscore hint or hint. You can just write it like this. And then the hint we want will be, we can put it as 10, the default value. So if you go back to your activity here, now this hint, we wanted to read from their hint, and you say it's supposed to be number of people. So you can close that, and to correct this error, I can suppress the output, the command. I mean if I suppress that, let us see, because I believe that this, if I suppress it, let us suppress the ignore. Let us add this ignore missing constraints. Just add that. We'll see how it looks like and see whether the design will work. In fact, let us do the same here for this. You say first, let us suppress the missing output, and then we see how it will look like.
So in the edit text for the input type, it's just number, or we have to do it from the string?
You have to do it from the
String.
where is that? Input type is number. This is okay. Input type is a feature.
Okay.
Then also another attribute that I want you to add now here, so that there is arrangement. Android bottom. We want to have the bottom up. No, we want to have the property of below what? So let us see that. I want to check that on the Android developers, because I believe that that has changed a bit.
So could you remove that thing? Yeah.
I want these properties here. So the property that I'm talking about is a constraint bottom of, I want it to be bottom of this one here. Bottom of this num. You don't have an ID here. Let us see. Let us have this as ID. Android ID. Let us call it text view just. And then now I want this to be below it. Bottom of text view. Should be below it. So I think let us remove this. Remove this so that we have that. And then we have this as being to the left of text view. The constraint layout is a bit tricky, but I'm going to change it. Just 1 minute, please. I'm going to change some few things so that it is well positioned. I don't want to give. So we have that. Then also for this layout, just let us remove that and add those constraints, add them. And then we want it to be to the bottom of parent to the right of the top of. I just want it to be to the bottom of the parent. This thing is a bit problematic. us do this, guys, because this constraint layout has really changed. Let us change the design. Let us change the layout. It has really changed to the extent that it is going to give us a bit of a problem. So let us do this. Let us change this so that instead of using a constraint layout, we change it to linear layout, please. Change it to linear layout. And now it is vertical. So when we come to the code, now we can put it in a better way, because it looks like it's problematic, very problematic. I don't like the way it looks like. Now we can go ahead and work with it. This one we don't need now. So the first text view is wrap content string, and that's okay. The next one. It's okay. Then add a text view.
Excuse me, can you please go to the string file
Up to the
for just a second? String
okay,
file. Okay, thank you.
So now we are in the text view. Again, another text view. Wrap content. Wrap content. Then let us put some margin up. So Android, full colon, layout, margin up, margin top. Margin top, let us put 20 dp. Then the text, Android, full colon text. This one, I want it to be in the string file, but instead of the number of people hungry, string, we just add it. I wanted to have how hungry, how, just how. Like that. And then the message should be how hungry. Question mark. So now here, we change this value from string to how hungry. The text size.
The ID.
The ID for this one, text view, we are not programming it, but we can still use yeah, we can have it. Yeah, it's okay. So Android full colon ID, we can give it @ID and call it hungry radio button. Radio group. And close that. Next, we now add a radio button group. So add radio group. On the width issue, select match parent. On the height, select wrap content. This one will have to change it a bit because I changed that. Let us just call it text view 2. And this one now we give it the ID. And we call it hungry underscore radio underscore group. So for this one, the orientation for the radio group, we want it to be horizontal and we want them to be arranged like this. So Android, full colon orientation, put it as horizontal. So this one, we just, because it's a radio group, make it that you select that, and then you have the crossing one. Now inside. So we add the first button, radio button. We give it an ID. The width for it, wrap content should be dependent on the amount of content. And then the ID. Let us call it add ID. This is the one when you want to write pizza. You're already not hungry. So radio button. Then the text that should appear, let us put it in the string. So we come here and we say string name, right? Should be right. Now use that in the activity. So here, Android full colon text should be right. Close that. Close the first radio button. Next, we add another radio button. Wrap content. The ID for this one, call it plus at ID, medium radio button. Then the text, we can put it in the string name, medium, and here we fit it as medium. So that here now we say Android full colon text. We want the one for medium. So we want this one to be the one that is selected by default. We assume that most people will be coming for medium. Android, we are looking at Android checked, sorry. And you say true. Then you close that. So next we add another one, the last one for the Rivenas or massive one. So radio button. We wanted to have WAP content, wrap content. We can give it an ID. And we call it ID at Rivenas. Rivenas radio underscore button. Then the text, go to string, and we put string name. For it, we just call it, we can call it the name Venras. And then we have that. So then you go to here and you make sure that you add that Android text. Give that. Then we can close that text box, that radio group. Next, we now add, so come out of the radio group. We add another text view. The wing is wrap content. We give it an ID. And we call it at ID number underscore pizzas underscore text underscore view. So then you want some message to be there. That is the total pizzas that you will get. So go to the string, we add total. Total pizzas. Question mark. So here now, for the string Android full colon text, you say you want that total. Then we can specify margin top, Android full colon margin top, 20 dp. Then text size, Android full colon text size. We can use 24 SP. Close that. Now we add a button so that we can do the calculation. So button, match parent. The button, we want the wings to be match parent and the height to be wrap content. So because we'll program it, let's write an ID for it. Android full colon ID. We call it at plus button. Calculate button. The text in it, we want it to be calculate, so we can just add it in string. String calculate, and here we add it. Calculate. So now back, so we just use that. Android full colon text. We use the calculate. Margin top, Android full colon, layout margin top. We can use 20 dp. Up to that point, before you can close it, up to that point, you can check the way the design looks like so that we see what we can improve.
So in button, there is no text size.
Yeah.
In button, no text size.
Oh, we have not put the text size, but that is still okay. We can just check and see how it looks like. I think in my own view, it looks satisfactory. Let me just share my screen without specifying, you know, some of those, we can specify it, but this is the way it looks like. The only thing that I feel I need to change is that this one here, the word number of people is a bit bigger, and therefore maybe we should have it as filling in here. So can you change this edit text so that it is match parent instead of wrap content? It's wings.
Done.
Yeah, something like that. Because the message you want content there is asking you, is a hint telling you, tell us the number of people that do we have the edit text? Did we say this is what we want for the edit text? We say it. Let me see the properties for it again. Hint. Oh, it has the hint. The edit text, we added a hint. Hint, we said number of people. Let me just go back to it. Oh, no, I made a mistake, sorry. Actually, the mistake is that in my code here, let me share again. In my code here, instead of using, it's not supposed to be number of people. It should be at string, I believe, at string number of people hint. Yeah, the one that I had used is supposed to be number of people hint, correct, like that. Yes, this is what I want it to look like. This way. Actually, we can change back to what it was, though no problem, but you can still change it back to be match parent. You can't see my screen.
Science, this one, the emulator we can't see.
The emulator you can't see. Yeah, I believe that the emulator usually has a problem. But this is a code, sorry. So I'm changing the hint to be string number hint. This one for the edit text, it was a problem. And then this one, I have like, I was like telling you to change it to match parent, but I have realized that is actually not necessary for sure. Just put it as wrap con. It's that I was referring to the wrong con. So the only thing you are supposed to change is this hint.
Please scroll down a bit from the new text view and the one.
So
Yeah.
at the bottom, do you close
At the
linear
bottom.
layouts after
Yeah.
button? I'm having an issue.
This is the last statement there.
You got the top kabisa, where we open linear layouts.
This is here.
So
Mhm.
when we open linear layouts,
When you open linear
the
layout,
ID, my ID is red. No, just at the top. At the top, complete top.
this one.
Yeah, it's red.
But have you written it correctly? Because this that can only be the only reason. Otherwise, we are not even using it. I changed, so it's still, even if you delete it, it's still okay. But let me see the way it looks like. Show me. Can you press your cursor there? Press it, the cursor around it.
Or is it the string?
No, as can you just because it's supposed to be at string, it says that create ID resource activity main. I don't see the problem with that. But can you just do this? Can you just repeat it, delete that again? Because you only were the error is. Some of these things are things that, yeah, delete it. Even stay without it or just add it there. Yeah. I was saying, even if you remove it, still okay because we don't need it.
Or I can stay without it. And then at the over here, I'm also having. Oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, that one should be now. Yeah, at the end. Yeah, should be at the end.
Yeah. And then this, you said we change it to wrap content.
Yeah. No, I said that should be the whole thing. So it's much better. Which other
Much
error is that? Which other error is that I'm seeing you have?
There's no other error.
Oh, no, it looks like there is an error. Yeah, the closing of this. You see this radio button, close that a small, maybe not just a tag for closing it without closing tag. No, remove the backslash.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, then that radio group is the one that should be at the end. Oh, you need it. You have not added it, so you need it. You need it. Just say undo and
here.
add it there. Add it there. Yes, add it there. A closing tag. Yes, good. That's the problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So the app now, if you can't see my emulator, because there are sometimes it's not working, but this is the way it is. So a user can type whatever they want, then select the number, how hungry they are, and then click calculate so that the value is indicated here. Total pizzas is written there. So that's what we want to do now. So our app design is okay. Let us now go to the logic of the app. So go to your main activity.
So,
Yeah.
can you please share your codes on main activity?
Main activity. You want me share them on the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what's happening? Is it that the chat is not working? The chat is making it very difficult to copy. I don't know where else can I place it, because the chat seems to be saying the code is a lot. How else can I help? On the will I roast it so much if I put it on the Nini on WhatsApp?
It's okay, you can just share.
Share on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Done. You have it now?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, okay. So now I have said, let us go to the main activity. What I want us to do is I want us to declare a variable that is what we call a class, an instance variable. No, it's a constant that is an instance, a class variable. So public is a class variable. Public final int, we say slices. This is the slices per pizza. We put that the slices are 8. So that's a constant that will not change. Then we declare also another instant variable, private, edit text. And we call it M, the one the user will have typed M number, the user attended edit text, the number of people who will have attended. So press Alt Enter for you to import that. Private edit, another one, we have text view, where the message will be shown M number, pizzas, text view. So this one here, enter. So now we need to tie our controls where users are typing values. Remember, in our design, a user is supposed to enter the number of people and also select how hungry. So those are the ones we are supposed to use for computation. So we now need to tie that. So M number of attend, the number for that are supposed to attend edit text, equals to, we find view by ID, r.id dot, we are reading number attend edit text. Number attend edit text. Did I choose that one as a bad one? This one here. Semicolon. Where written it? M number. This one is the one that I'm saying. That one. Oh, I go a bit slow. Okay. 2 minutes as I wait for people to get where I am.
So I have a question.
Go
So,
ahead.
When you say r.id, what does r mean?
R means, you see all these, all the controls that we have added. You see all the under this or under our resources, we have added here. We have added various items, an ID of a text view, an ID of an edit text, all that. All those are grouped together in a package R. That's why we call it. We get it to. So go to R, which contains all this one. You see, the way it is final class.oj.that R. There is a package created that extends the object. So it contains everything with the ID that we have always created, all aggregated there.
Okay.
So you can continue.
Can I assume that now you're okay, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So now the next one. So we have read the one on edit text. Then we read the one on the number of pizza. The number of pizza text view. That one. We read it. And we say find view by ID r.id dot Now I want us to read the one on number of pizzas text view. Is it number of pizzas text view? Just a minute. Number of pizzas, that is supposed to be, the other text view is what? Is
That is correct. It's number pizza text view.
at number?
It's
You wrote it as what?
number pizza text view.
Oh, yeah. This one here. This one number, it's a text view. This one here. This one here. This is where the value we want written now. The value will be written here, the total number of pizza. So let us fix it there. So that's very okay, Nani. So we call it number. We call it dot number pizza text view. That one. So then what we need is we now implement public void calculate. We want to have a calculate method called calculate click. When it is clicked, the calculate happens. This method should take view. Like that. No, sorry, I said get out of, what have I said? Get out of the on create. Get out of the on create, and here it's where we are building it, sorry. So that you now alt enter like that. So you are out of on create. You are not inside on create the way I had started writing it. You are outside on create. So here. So first is a string. All the values we read are strings. So we read the string on number. The user, what they'll have attended, 10 string, what the user will have typed is equals to, we read that n number attendant, this one here, edit text, dot, we get the text, we get the text that the user has, dot, we convert that to string. Then we convert it. We want to use it for computation, so we need to convert it to an int. So int, and we call it a number that will attend equals to, we now have to use the integer pass int, which is a method for converting. And what we want to change is the number attend string. So what this does is that once we read what is in what has been passed in the number attendant, we read it as a string. Then we have so this is a string, but we need it as an integer. So we integer.pass int, which convert it and be assigned to that.
Sir,
Hmm?
I'm getting an error on my side. Can I share my screen?
Yes. Yeah, you see the name at the top. The name that you have is for M name pizza text view.
Yes.
Check that that name is the same name as the one you have at the top. So maybe you copy paste it. You copy paste the one at the top and bring it there.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we want to enter the, so we initialize, we create an int, the init slices, we create a variable per person. We say equals to 4. Slices that a user should get. Then we say int total pizzas equals to, now the value we want it to be an int. So if I say math, which is in Java dot, I take the seal meaning on the higher end. So if it is 2.1, I'll pick 3. If it is 2.5, I'll pick 3, the sealing. So I have number that will attend multiplied by the slices per person, how many slices a user can take, divided by, this is supposed to be the value of slices per pizza. Slices, this is a cup, so slices per pizza. Now, but you will notice a number of things about this. Number one is that the output here is an int. So I need to cast the whole of this. Then the output that comes, I need it to be converted to an int. So what I do is I say into bracket int. This is casting int. So I say I want to convert the whole of this, the whole of whatever comes out here, convert it to int and then assign to int. Slices per pizza, if you look at it, was an int. So I am dividing, and this number here, the first one here, this is what I'm dividing, is supposed to be a float with, no, this is a number attended. This is just a minute. I want these mathematics to be right. So math.c, yes. So number multiplied by slices attended. When I take this value, this bracket here, maths.c, this bracket here may not be important, though I would have added it and then add it here, so that then I can explain what I need. So I need this division to be done first, and then converted to the sealing, and then assigned to an int. And because this is an int and this is an int, it would be good if I convert this to a double. So that now, what happens is this. It is like division, not integer division. Initially, it was integer division. Now I'll get a float value, which is okay because I want a float value for this part and then convert it to an int. That's why I'm doing these calculations there. So then I can set the text. I say M number of pizza text view. Dot, I set the text. I set the text. And what I want written in there is total pizzas, full colon, space, plus what we'll find as total pizzas. Now we can test the app as we go ahead. We are not done, but we can test it to see. We have done a bit of programming for it, so we can test it to see whether we are able to get what we want. So this is my design. So assuming I have 8 people, even if I've not included, remember I've not included this, then I say calculate. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, then I say calculate. We have not programmed the button. So we need to program the button. Sorry. Yeah, we need to program the button. I almost forgot that. That's actually why I want to test it. So on your code, I want you now to go to the main activity again. And on the button, you add an onCreate. You add an onCreate method, an onClick method. So Android, full colon, onClick. So now we call that method like that. We call the method, what we are doing is that we are calling this method that is here, calculate click, and we are calling it when the button is clicked, on click event. So now I want you to run it. So if I add 5 and I say calculate, you can see the value what it gives me is 3. So what does it do? It takes 5, multiplies that by the number of, those are the number of people that I have. The number of people that I have for that is what it takes, and then multiplies by slices per person, which is 4, that comes 12. So number to attend times 4, that is 12. And then it divides by, so that is 12 divided by slices per person is 8. So 12 divided by 8 is what? 12 divided by 8 is, that comes to around what? 2, sorry, 1 point something. So it takes the higher end, which is supposed to be, is it 3? Am I doing the correct calculations there? I've said number attending, I have entered 5. It's 5. Oh, I'm talking about 5. 5 multiplied by 4, which is 20. So it's 20 that I'm saying you divide that by 8, we should be 2.8. 20 divided by is about 2 point something. That is why it is taken to 3.
2.5.
Yeah, so hence going to 3. If you enter 10, you calculate, you see that. So the logic is holding. That's what we are trying to check. That if I have 10, it will be 10 multiplied by 4, which is 40. 40 divided by 8, which is 5. That's why you're getting 5. So the logic is holding. So the thing that we have not added is the issue of the radio back. So now let us go to the radio back. We need to take note of the radio back. So back to your Java code. Now, just like we defined the variable m pizza text view, we need to define what will be the radio group. So private.
Sir, could you give us some time? We run our app. It's still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, can you scroll down a bit?
Hello, sir.
Mm.
Can you just show me what you added to the button? Button
Yeah.
dot on that button on click. Can you just show that for 1 second? Button in activity main.
The button.
Yeah, in activity main, the button in the
This one here. You're talking about
yes,
this.
yes, the button. Yeah. Okay. Right. Thank you, sir.
Sir, could you go to main activity at the bottom? So I'm getting an error when I run.
Mhm.
Uh, let me share my screen.
Okay.
It's saying changes were not applied for the slices per pizza.
I want to see those. They're saying that. That he does not sizes per pizza. Why is that? Sizes per pizza is equals to 4. And sizes per pizza is
Should I should I remove it from my phone and then install it, like run it again?
yeah, I will do that because I don't think that is, I don't see any problem with that code.
Okay, let me try
You can
again.
just click click this brew restore and restart the app. That will. Is it running?
Yes, it's working.
Okay. I continue.
So mine is running.
Okay, nice. So what we need to do is, remember in that app, we have already added some radio button, but we are not taking anything from them. We are just not taking any value from them. So we need to add that. That's why I'm saying I want us to declare other instant variable, other class or instant variable, because it depends with where they are. So this is instant variable. So private radio group, and we call them M how hungry radio group. So make sure that you import that. Then we tie them, so we get a reference. So here, M how hungry radio group equals to find view by ID R dot ID dot, we are getting the radio, we called them what? These are the ones we are getting. This radio group is the one that we are getting, hungry radio group. That's what we are getting. You see these ones. So we need to call that hungry radio group, this one, semicolon. Now, then we go to our code. Depending on what a user has selected, of course, if you say you are hungry, you want more slices, that's what it means. So instead of having slices being initialized to 4, which was applicable to everybody, we initialize it to 0 now first. Then we determine, this is just a comment, we determine how many slices on average each person will eat. So that's what we want to do. So we have initialized now that to 0. Then we say int, we create checked. We create a variable called checked ID. We mean what a user has script, and we read it. M how hungry dot, we get the checked button ID, semicolon. So we are getting what has been clicked. Then we use an if. If the checked ID is R dot ID dot the one that is right, right radio button. This one here, because that's the first one. If that is what the user has typed, has entered, then into bracket, we have that. And we say slice per person will be initialized to 2. We are attacking Mingi. That person does not want a lot of then else if checked is the same as R dot ID dot medium one, medium radio button. Then we have the bracket. We say slices per person is equals to this is medium, 3 of them. Then we have else. Checked R.ID. This is a hungry person. So that means they want Ravena's radio button. Then we have the bracket. we say slices per person is equals to 4. So now you can run the app. So if I enter 5 people, I say these people are not hungry, so right. And then I say calculate. And I enter 5 and medium, and then I say calculate. Or I say 5 and I say Ravenna and I say calculate. You can see that the values change. So now there are 3 pizzas that they want. So if you add medium, there's a difference. If you add that, more pizzas. So that is the pizza party. Any question on it?
Sir,
Yeah.
if me I run my app, it's saying Gradle build has failed.
It's saying?
Gradle build has failed.
Yeah, unless we check where the error is. You just share.
Okay, let me share. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Here down, where I'm pointing, Gradle build failed.
Click on row cut. Click on the row cut. You see where it? Yeah, click that. Click on build. The next one, build. What do you mean it has failed? It's running. Let us see your screen for the app. Oh, Gradle failed. Yeah, it says failed. Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that. I want to see that build message, build output. Pull that up. Pull that up. There's a, pull it up. There's somewhere where, like that. Pull it now up. Yeah, here. Let us see. Not so up. Hey, not so up. Just wanted to see the error. There. I want you to scroll through this stack up. The red one. Scroll up. But this is invoke customs. A book go down again, down. Down Kabisa. I want to see until the what is this that is talking about customs? Invoke customs. Can you click on this yellow nini? On your right, you can see some yellow pointers there. I want to see those warnings. Click on the warnings that are there. The small ones, the small warnings, like the below one. Below that big one, there is a warning here. You see where you have that arrow that you've just clicked? Below it, below that big arrow, there is a small arrow. Can you see it?
Yes,
You know,
I can.
just move down. Move down. Yeah, that one. What does it say? Has not been translated. Dot set text. Do not coordinate test display using other resource instead. That one sioni shida iko wapi. Go down. We have always concatenated string unless you're saying something has changed. The other one is which one? The other error. There's another one. If you scroll down, there's another one in Yan. Oh, that is it. Because I don't see any problem with setting values for A. Can you try it and let us know whether you try to troubleshoot it, maybe even restart that code, right? Or even this, can you go to file, and you say invalidate the cache. So invalidate the cache and restart. You see that portion?
Yes.
Just below. You invalidate the cache because maybe that is the problem. Sioni shida ya hiyo code yako. And then you invalidate it. Yeah, there. No, not that. The other, the first one. Try that and see what happens. Any other comment? Okay. So I think, thank you so much, guys. Yes, go ahead.
So when we enter the number of people, for example, I put 6 and then I choose light. The total pizzas is how many each person is going to eat.
Yeah, the number of pizzas that you should order.
So you should order 2 pizzas.
That's what it's telling you.
Yeah.
You do the calculations because our calculation says one person, one pizza has how many slices? How many you need? 8, right?
Yeah.
You have entered 2. You have entered how many?
6.
So from the logic of our program, if you have entered 6,
yeah,
and you have selected what type medium?
Light.
Right.
Light.
So 2 times. So number of people to attend is you've said how many? The number of people?
6.
6. So that is 12. 12 divided by 8 gives you what? Around 1 point something, right? So you'll get 2. If you change that and you enter Raj, so Raj should be the Nini. Should be the one that is the number to attend. You say is still, you say still what? You're using 6.
Yes.
And then the sizes per person, if it's large, is 4, right? 24 divided by 8 should give you 3. Is the logic right?
So it doesn't, so the app, it just tells us the number of pizzas we should get. And then now from there.
The number of pizzas that you should get, because each person is going to get the slices that 4 of them or Nini.
Okay.
Anything else? So I think for me, this is okay. Very okay. Now, what I want you to do, the job. See that app. Make that app look better. Make that app look good. Make that app look good, guys. Make it look good. That's what I want you to go and do. For example, if I don't enter any number of people, what happens? If you don't type anything on the number of people there and click on calculate, what happens to the app?
It closes the app.
Yeah, it will crash, right?
Yes.
So I want you to go and do something with it. Do something with it so that it doesn't crash. And also make it beautiful. Like say you have a party in your house and you want to start using it, make it look beautiful. I just want you to go and think of how to, something about it. And then we about something about it. And then during the next class, we will start from there. We will start by you showing me what you have added. Just your innovation, your thinking. We'll start from there.
Sir,
Yeah.
it's still showing me the same error.
I think what you do is that, Dorcas, I think what you do is unless now you because I don't see any problem with that application. It's not like there's an error. The custom that he's talking about is not. Maybe try to update the IDE.
Yes.
Try to update the IDE because I don't see any error in terms of the logic for your work. Try to update it and see what happens, whether you will be able to succeed in running it. But I've also added the codes that I'm using for Nini. The code that I'm using for what? Nobody. Yeah, the codes that I'm using for Nini through Nani can share. I think some people have succeeded in that, right? There are people who have succeeded in running it. Can share with you the code, or let me check whether, because I don't want to populate. I don't want to have a lot of codes in the forum and put a lot of codes in the WhatsApp group. But I know you're on the WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah, I'm on the WhatsApp group.
And your number ends with what?
My number ends with 57.
Oh,
0793.
so I've added it. I've shared the codes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we had an incident.
Higher. So